You are simply telling Kenyans that they are on their own. And not forgetting that these are in addition to the 2023 taxes that have continued to choke the ordinary mwananchi. We haven't forgotten the tax on fuel, the infamous tax on fuel. We haven't forgotten the forced tax on housing that is choking people who are working. So in addition to all punitive taxes, you are introducing new ones. Madam China very well in dealing with that, so I don't want to belabor. I don't want to belabor. So then, what do we do? My appeal to Kenyan citizens is to remain vigilant. Even though you have elected your representatives in parliament, don't abdicate your cardinal and patriotic responsibility of remaining vigilant and holding the government, including those that you have elected, to account. That cardinal responsibility cannot be taken away from you, because ultimately, as our constitution decrees, the ultimate power is vested in you. Ultimate power. So in this journey, I want to plead that we work together with Kenyans, even as we battle out with the Kenya Kwanza regime on this matter of budget and taxation. Coming back to the NADCO, because I want to be very brief. You know, NADCO did not just come as a by the way. I remember last year, to be exact, on the 13th of April, we were here. We came here to engage with the civil society as members of Azimio. It was at the height of the mass action. It was at the height of the demonstrations. We came here. Kenyans through police brutality, and many others were maimed, and that is why we went to the table under the able leadership of His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka on our side. And therefore the outcome of the NADCO process cannot be rubbished. But it is worrying that since November last year, this is now of May, 6 months or so later, since the report was unveiled at the Hilton Garden Hotel in November last year. We are now in June actually. No single bill has gone through out of the 9 bills. The only bill that is nearing completion is the Iebc amendment bill. The others are lying somewhere. It has always to take our pushing for those bills to be moved. So we want to commit that on our part we shall continue to push that these bills be fast-tracked and they be enacted into law. But on the Iebc bill, briefly, you know, every Kenyan citizen has got the right to representation. Can you imagine that since April 27th last year, when the Speaker of the National Assembly declared the Banisa parliamentary seat vacant in Mandera, the Banisa constituency parliamentary seat has remained vacant to date. They have no MP in parliament because the MP died. May his soul rest in eternal peace. And the reason is that there has been no Iebc in place. So I would have imagined that those who are in power would be moved to fast-track the Iebc amendment bill and say within 2 months from November last year we have it in place. And here we are. Here we are. So the people of Banisa and very many other wards that have also lost MCAs deserve to be represented. And therefore it is important that this bill be concluded and it becomes an act of parliament for an IBC to be constituted, for the IBC to be reconstituted, so that it can continue to undertake its mandate. But more importantly again is the issue of the limitation of boundaries. That has to be done through the constitutional amendment that is proposed. Because as you know, we are already 3 months late. We are three months past the deadline for the limitation that was to happen by March this year. So for the delimitation to happen now, we have to open that bracket again, that window. That can only happen through an amendment to the Constitution, which we have proposed through NADCO. Again, it is the right of every Kenyan to be represented. We know for sure that there has been a lot of gerrymandering in the past with constituency boundaries. And that's why we can't afford to go to the next elections without a delimitation and review of boundaries. I keep on hearing the mantra of one man, one shilling, one vote. The best place to deal with it is through this delimitation first. I keep on hearing. I don't know whether it is official policy of Kenya Kwanza or UDA. I'm not sure. You know, a person occupying a high office as a DP, a deputy president, cannot just voice an opinion. He must be speaking the official policy. So we don't know whether it is official policy of Kenya Kwanza now that we go one man, one shilling, one vote. We are waiting to hear. But we want to challenge everybody who is responsible to first and foremost focus on fast-tracking the amendment bill on the Constitution. For us to get it right from the word go. Finally, it's on the political parties. It's also an amendment to the Political Parties Act that has been proposed with far-reaching recommendations, if only to strengthen the institution of political parties.